Welcome to the Shawnee RC News at 8 o'clock, somewhere in the world. Better be careful saying that, I might get a copyright of ITV or something. Let's start again. This is the This is the Shawnee RC News at 8 o'clock, somewhere in the world. So just a couple of quick points on what is going to be this weekly news, industry news show, along with all the other videos that we're producing. But this is going to be the industry news on some of the good things that have come out. In the description of this video, there'll be credits to all of the photos that I have stolen, and there'll be an email address if you'd like to contact me, if you'd like to sponsor this show weekly, then let me know, and it will start off with something like this. Welcome to the Shawnee RC News, sponsored by Shawnee RC. At Shawnee RC, you produce all the good videos. They come across quite noddy sometimes, but we're learning. Anyway, let's get to the news. The Hobbywing G3, the Hobbywing G3X. Now, can actually show you something similar to that. So that is the XR8 8th scale ESC, and the main point I want to show you on this particular one is the frameless fan. Very cool. So as you can see, the new 10th scale ESC comes with the frameless design, and what I really like about this ESC is they say it will run up to 15 degrees cooler, which when your stuff gets near melting point every time you use it, like mine, at 15 degrees could be crucial. It comes with the built-in data module, which holds up to 380 minutes of data. Fantastic. So you can see how hot your stuff is getting. There's lots of other features on these ESCs, but they've just come out and they look awesome. So they've hit the news. Up next this week, Reds Racing has released Super Veloce Pro X Team Edition Limited engine. This looks absolutely amazing. There it is on the screen right now, brand new from Reds Racing, and it's sure to give you the runtime that you want. It looks fantastic, and who knows, maybe we'll end up with one, maybe we won't, but it looks awesome. Next up, another big release this week, we have seen the Schumacher 4-wheel drive MTC Mini, and this looks really nice, and the pricing point looks excellent too. So if you're into this scale, then this could be for you. It looks to be a fantastic car in what is going to be a popular class. So excellent job, Schumacher RC. One of my personal favourite news releases of this week has been the JC S15 shell, which is for the LD3 and the L1R. Obviously these Schumacher cars are extremely popular, and this body is a particularly good looking body shell in design. So it's really nice to see them expanding their range to these very popular platforms. And we've actually got a couple of those coming up in the next few videos. So that's a few of the product items which I have earmarked for this week. As I say, this is actually going to be a slightly shorter news. I might even do this live. What I'd really like is for you to just look in the comments and drop me a comment on if you think this might be a good idea. But we're going on to the race results segment now. So let's have a look at a couple of the selected races from the last week or so. Over at the Schumacher Indoor Masters, which has been held at the awesome workshop facility, we had the 2-wheel drive. As you can see, the podium on the screen now. This was taken by Johnny Skidmore, closely followed by Ben Smith and Luke Holsworth. So it looks to have been an extremely close race for that 2-wheel drive championship at that particular round. Over at the 4-wheel drive now, it was Ben Smith that managed to take the win from Johnny, and with the fabulous Tommy Hall coming up in third, and that looked again to be an extremely close race, particularly with the second and third. So have a look at the podium now. They all look happy. Looks like it was a good race. Jumping over to the other side of the pond, or the other side of the world, it was the Australian Nationals at the Hills Off-Road RC Club. This looked to be a really good event with a properly off-road 10th scale dirt track, which actually looks honestly amazing. Just this picture here of Spencer Rivkin's car, you can just see how much mud that he had. So thank you, Spencer, for letting me steal these photos. Again, credits are in the description, so thank you very much. Results wise, it was Spencer Rivkin who managed to take the two-wheel drive final, which looked to be an extremely good race, and I bet that was an awesome watch on that off-road rough track. However, he was not able to take the four-wheel drive. This went to Mr. Donnelly, the local Australian himself. I bet he's extremely thrilled to take that win, and with the international presence at the track, I'm sure this will bode well for the up-and-coming World Championships on that side of the world. So on to the Shawnee RC channel now. So we have got a whole host of videos coming up as we learn and develop here. We have got some e-buggy content coming up. We actually ran a poll on the channel, and it was between two e-buggies, and it was between the Techno platform and the N1E. And at the time of finishing the poll, it was actually the N1E which took the win, which I'm really pleased about, although I would have loved a Techno as well. But the N1E and the Nemo Racing brand has always been close to my heart. So without further ado, we have an N1E. So this is going to feature in the channel. I can't wait. This looks proper racy. I mean, come on. If that doesn't scream race car, I don't know what does. So we're going to dive into this thing, and we're going to see if we can start getting some really good results around the UK with this weapon, shall we say. So that is going to be wired in the next week or so, and we're going to see some pretty good racing. And in other news with the Shawnee RC, we still have the team associated vehicles, but we also have the Schumacher LD3, which we've got a whole host of content coming on, and I've got to say, wow, this thing, out the box, steering like, truly awesome. Thank you, Island RC, for being an awesome sponsor and having all of the parts always readily available for this car. But that's not it. The four-wheel drive brother, the L1R, is back, ladies and gentlemen. This, for me, was the car that gave me the best results that I've had, and we've got one back on the channel thanks to Island RC, and we're going to dive into this one once more, and we are going to see where we can go and what we can do. And yeah, so there's 3 new cars coming to the channel. And for our latest racing class, we have the dump truck. No, I'm joking. I sell that on TikTok. So that's it for the news. I'd love to know the feedback. Obviously, it wasn't a great news show this week. It was just a bit of a flavour to see if you guys like it. But each week we can bring you the latest industry news, driver news, moving, RTR stuff, just a whole bunch of just RC news items, what's coming out, what's new. We can just have a good chat. Whether we do it live or not, I don't know. You can always watch it back on the playback. If so, I'm not 100% sure, but it's probably something I'll cut off for the Newswise on the Thursday, release it on the Friday, and go from there. I hope you've enjoyed it. As I say, if you want to possibly sponsor this segment, please just get in contact with the email address in the description. It'd be awesome to get some brands involved that might want the exposure on the channel to some of the awesome audience that I watch here. To some of the awesome audience that watch this channel, and hopefully it's all going to grow. And I really like making these videos, and we're going to get deep dive into racing soon. We're going to prep all winter for a big year next year in 10th scale, 8th scale, just about every class we can, and we're going to travel around. So let's work together. I want to know your feedback on your own cars, your racing. Just drop us a comment and let's get this going. So that's the Shawnee RC news at whatever time it'll be. Thank you.